Hi everyone, welcome back. This is week 36 of my social isolation get ready with me's. What I have decided to do for the rest of November through to December is that I'm going to be using old holiday palettes from years gone by. I've got a lot of limited edition holiday stuff from just like, I don't know, the last, let's say 5 to 8 years that I really enjoy, but don't get to showcase that often, and I thought this would be like the perfect time of year to bring these palettes back out. So I think I've got a list of like 6 or 7 palettes that will cover me over the next few weeks, and I'm excited to be using them. Today's palette is going to be the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. It was released around the holidays, but I don't know if it was ever really part of their holiday collection. This was a limited edition launch that comes with like a plethora of really shimmery shades. You're not really getting a ton of mattes in here. In fact, the only mattes are like 2 browns, a black, and like a bone type color. For reference, people always comment on the fact that this looks like I've hit massive pan on it. I haven't. I dropped the palette and this shadow broke. So this is what we're going to be using today. It smells so good because it smells like that chocolate stuff that Too Faced puts in their chocolate bar palettes. And anyway, let's get started. Week 36 has been a bit of a doozy. Monday was pretty chaotic for me at work. I've mentioned before that we're kind of short-staffed at the moment. We're running with 2 people as opposed to the usual 4. And I said this on Instagram stories, but I don't consider myself to be somebody who's especially stressed. I don't, about work in particular. I just take it as it comes. If stuff happens, it happens, but I don't feel like I'm a very stressed out person in regards to work. However, because our workload has been so insane because we are doing an additional 2 people's worth of work, Monday was bad. Like, it was really bad. My workload is pretty unbelievable right now, to the point where I'm feeling quite stressed out about it. And this is such a weird thing to feel, but I was so stressed on Monday of this past week that the scent of a scented candle that I normally truly enjoy was stressing me the fuck out, honestly. I was just like, what is going on? I had to blow the candle out, because usually when I'm working I have a little like Bath & Body Works scented candle beside me because it's calming. I like the scent. It smells homey. And then this past week I was like, I can't do it. I have to blow you out. The scent of you is bothering me. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe I have to rethink this whole I don't feel stressed about work thing. It got better over the week for sure, but like Monday was rough. I did end up putting up the white Christmas tree, I think after I filmed the haul last weekend. And it's really pretty. It's just sitting in the sunroom right now. I don't have any decorations on it, even though I had bought decorations, which you would have seen in the haul, because I didn't buy any of those little Christmas hook things to put on it. But we have a whole bunch of them in storage when I eventually pull up the stuff for a real Christmas tree, which I think we're going to be doing next week, because I'm really hoping that they don't run out of Christmas trees, because I know everybody's kind of decorating a little bit early this year. So I'm gonna have to check if Canadian Tire has their real trees next weekend. Okay, so to start with this palette, I'm gonna go in with So Boujee right here as a transition color for my crease. I also feel like, despite my stress level on Monday especially, I've gotten into a really good routine with exercising at work right now. There was a period of several months where I was staying up far too late, like 3 and 4 a.m. on a work day. And I would wake up for work just before 9 a.m. But I was like drained. I was so friggin' tired. And there were several weeks where I was sleeping on my lunch hour. So like from 11 to 12 or whatever. So I'd work for like 2 hours and then go back to bed for another hour and then work the rest of the day. Just because I was being very stupid with my time at night. But in the last, I guess, month or so, I've managed to finally figure out that I can go to bed at 2 a.m. regularly through the work week. Wake up for 9 a.m. to start working, work through until my lunch, go exercise on my lunch hour, and then still work the rest of the day, and I feel perfectly fine. So it's taken me, what, like 8 or 9 months to finally figure out a proper schedule, but I've got it now, and it feels so freaking good. And I'm not somebody who needs really more than like 7 hours of sleep in a night, so 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. is perfect. I mean, on the weekends, I sleep until like between 11:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m., but still, for the work week, it works out. And it just feels good to like make sure I'm getting that exercise in, because I should put a content warning about weight talk, because I know some people are sensitive to it. I can be at times too. but I'm not feeling very good about my body right now. I'm gaining weight and it's bothering me. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I want to change it, but I don't know how much willpower I have right now. So yeah, just kind of trying to fix small things. The fact that I have regular exercise happening now is the best thing. Okay, so for the lid, I'm gonna take Rich Girl here. And I'm just gonna, oh, that's so pretty. Put that all over the lid. Although I have to say, I think I said last week that I was going to start doing stairs in my building. And I did do them. I can't even, okay, first of all, I haven't run stairs in ages, and really running would be extreme. I pretty much walk them. So my building is roughly 15 flights high. So I did that 3 times, up and down 3 times. So that's like 45 stairs up and then, you know, 45 down total. So that's quite a bit for somebody who doesn't ever go on a Stairmaster. Or I haven't anyway, since I was about 20 years old and I used to go to Y with my dad. Maybe I was 17. But I don't do stairs. I don't do the Stairmaster. And for whatever reason, I had in my head that I would do 3 sets of stairs on Monday last week. It is Sunday right now, and the outside of my calf still hurts. It's been almost exactly 7 days. Brutal. Just freaking brutal. I mean, the day after I did the stairs, I did go for a run because I didn't think I was that badly off. But every day after that, I could barely walk. It's so bad. And it's not like the calf muscle, like the gastrocnemius that was hurting me. It was the soleus. So it's on the side of the calf. And I was like, this is unreal. I can't believe how much pain I'm in. Even this morning, getting out of bed, my lower legs are hurting me. I'm hoping that they're okay tomorrow because I want to run again and then do stairs on Tuesday. And I know over time it will get better, but I have never had muscle pain that has lasted me 7 days. Like, I feel like I actually damaged something. But I don't know how, because it's not like I was in pain. It was just muscle aches. But 7 days to recover is absolutely brutal. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, with the lid color on for the outer corner, I want to use the purple over here called Livin Lavish. It's shiny, but I'm going to deepen it up with the black afterwards. So I'm hoping this is going to work out. So yeah, this past week kind of curtailed my exercise for running quite a bit. I only managed 1 run because my legs were just brutalized every day after that. But I did manage to get out for 3 one-hour walks, so that made me feel really good. I'd like to make sure that I'm still sticking to the 3 runs per week, but based on what I did to my legs this past week, I couldn't do it. Like, there was no way. I'm getting a lot of fallout there, but I'll clean that up afterwards. So this is what I mean when I put a shimmery color on the outer corner. I don't feel like it's as reflective, obviously, as like a brighter shimmer. So I feel like it actually works even though it's not completely matte. It's not even a little matte, to be honest. And then I'm going to take the black here called Decadent and use that to deepen up the outer corner. Because the purple is shimmery, I still want some depth here from a matte color to deepen everything up. And then for the brow bone highlight shade, I'm just going in with Rollin in Dough. And then just cleaning up this mess with some Bioderma. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do a baby wing on this with my Physicians Formula Eye Booster. We'll come back to the eyes in a minute, but let's finish off the face first. I'm going to switch up my foundation for once. I'm going to use the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. This is in the shade 51. So over, I think it was only a few days, I binged this show. One of you guys recommended the Queen's Gambit on Netflix. So good. So freaking good. I remember seeing the ads for it everywhere and thinking that it wasn't really going to be up my alley because it was set in the 60s. And it was about chess, and I was like, what do I care about that? It was so good. It was so freaking good. I'm so sorry, I can't remember who recommended it to me, but it was wonderful. I love watching anything with a strong female lead who is just smart and intuitive and just like clever. And the whole storyline was just freaking phenomenal. It's basically this girl in the 60s who becomes an orphan. This is all like expose in like the first 5 minutes, so it's not a big deal. And she just becomes like a chess genius. And the story is just amazing. It's like a 7 or 8 episode, 1 season shot on Netflix. I don't think there will be more because it did end very definitively, which I liked. Because some of these things leave you with an open end and you're like, okay, but now what? What if you don't get renewed? And it was just phenomenal. It was so good. The lead actress just has these massive eyes, this red hair, and she was just perfect for the role. So if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix, The Queen's Gambit, absolutely go watch it. And I was skeptical at first because I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't really care about chess. But like the way that they talk about it is incredible. I think I watched the whole thing within like 4 days, maybe 3. It was just so freaking good. Okay, for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the Body Shop's Honey Bronzer. This is in the shade 01, which I'm pretty sure is just called like Light Matte or something. And usual things here. Oh, also, Toronto's going into lockdown again because our cases are higher than they have ever been, as I think most places are right now. Which, yeah, I think lockdown is expected, but we should never have gotten out of it, frankly. And now it's going to take even longer to get back to normal because people are being idiots. Just absolute friggin' idiots. And I'm so fed up of it. I'm tired of seeing people gathering together in large groups when they're not supposed to. People are telling you not to gather in other groups, not to go to other households, and yet it doesn't matter. People are doing whatever the heck they want and they don't seem to care. And I know everyone's got extenuating circumstances and stuff, but like, man, I want to get out of this stuff. So like, stop fucking around. So I think lockdown happens on Monday. So, well, you're seeing this video on Tuesday. Right now it's Sunday. Last night I did go over to my girlfriend's place, Julie's, to watch some Hallmark Christmas movies before the lockdown happens again. We already had that plan from like a month ago, and we just started watching some like Hallmark movies and, you know, have some wine and always a charcuterie board with us. It was nice. It's so lovely seeing her. Okay, for blush, I'm using the Tarte Exposed Blush. This is the only blush that I've ever hit pan on. I like using the Tarte blushes, by the way, with a MAC 130 brush. It's just one of those dual fiber ones. So yeah, we watched a Hallmark movie, or 2 Hallmark movies. One was about this guy who takes in stray cats. And it sounded like it was super up our alley to start with because we're both cat lovers, but they didn't focus nearly enough on the cat, and there was not enough cats in our opinion. So that was kind of a bit of a dud. I think it was called The 9 Lives of Christmas. Not a great one because there wasn't even any snow in it. It was set in like BC somewhere. There was just no snow. Anyway, then we watched another one about some royal something or other. It was not The Christmas Prince though. That one I would know, but this was a different one. And this one was better, but I mean, it's all the usual like tropes and stuff like that. We had one of those like Hallmark bingo cards, like what you could write off or mark off based on what happened. And we got a few bingos, of course. It was just a fun little thing to do. Okay, for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Starstruck. Julie was decluttering this a while ago and just handed it over. I can't remember what I did with this last time. I think I tried the purple one. I think let's just streak it on. Ooh, and then blend it out with my finger, hopefully. It's a little bit more firm, so it doesn't glide around too well. So spreading it with my finger is a little bit tricky. And ta-da, that is my face done. Let's go back to the eyes. For my waterline, I'm going to take my Tarte Sex Kitten liner. I want to make this dark today. And I'm just going to sloppily apply it to my waterline and then between my lashes. And to blend that out, I'm going to go back in with Livin Lavish on a pencil brush. And I'm just going to smudge that along the lower lash line. And then for the very inner corner of the eye, I'm going to take Drippin Diamonds here, which is a very bright silver. And just put that right there. And drag it down a little bit. I don't love how silver that is, so I'm going back in with the lid color and just kind of covering that up a little bit to make it a little bit like deeper. Okay, I did my mascara, just used the Milk Kush mascara, put on some false lashes. They are the Tarte Center of Attention, and then did my brows, and last thing left is lips. So I'm going to be using this well, it's new to me anyway, by Revlon. Love Revlon lip products. I just don't feature them enough, which is kind of frustrating. This is the new Revlon Super Lustrous Shine formula, and this is glazed mauve. It's pretty, but I can tell the longevity on this is probably not going to be too strong or too long, because it is a bit more of a like lip gloss type formula. It's not totally a lip gloss, like there is more color in there. I mean, lip glosses can have color, but the texture is very emollient and very slippery. So that is it for week, where's my notes? 36. I am really looking forward to playing with all of these like older holiday palettes because I love me limited edition products. Like I really like them, but they disappear so quickly and it's so frustrating because then no one is really excited about them anymore because they can't get their hands on it. But yeah, I love the chocolate gold palette. I like this look that came out today. I think it's really pretty. And I mean, there's a lot of shades in here that I do really enjoy. Like this gold, ooh, that is quite a stunner. But yeah, it was fun playing with some of the like more neutral silver ones and then adding in the purple. Thank you for joining me for yet another week here in quarantine. When is this going to be over? I was talking to a friend the other day and I was saying like, when do you think this is going to be over? And he was saying, you know, probably springtime next year is when we'll start to feel like things are going more back to normal, because the vaccine, fingers crossed, should be out by then and should be like distributed to people for consumption. And man, I freaking hope so. I've said this before, but I just want something to look forward to, because right now there's not much to look forward to really, because I'm not traveling, I'm not seeing my family, I'm not going anywhere at all. I'm seeing my friend Julie, but like, again, we're going back into lockdown, so like, who knows? So I just want something to look forward to. And even if it's false and it isn't the springtime that we can expect things to return to normal, right now that's kind of like the piece that I'm holding on to. Really, I guess I'm holding on to the vaccine. Like, that cannot come out soon enough. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another week here. Take care, stay safe, and I hope you're doing as well as you can be. Bye.